Happy Tuesday.
Made of gold, a mind you can't control.
Get started, hit that thumbs up. Hit it. One.
Can't come down, my head is in the clouds.
Here we go.
Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If we're thinking I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. If we're thinking I can feel like this, make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause I'd start over now. Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my side. I'm gone, so don't run from the truth. You're lost, now I know you played me just like a flute. I still can't believe you had me on a leash, cutting all my teeth with all the lies you bring.
Thank you, Miss Holly.
Start
Appreciate you, my love. Miss Theo, beautiful.
Rewind, and I won't let you go. I need you by my
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown, but we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow, who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow.
Right, let's go away. Let's go.
Big rain, come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Hell is here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Come in here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading support. Together we will hold the fort. The daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. Defending truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Hit the like and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Comments here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Big brain, come along with me. Together we're the truth.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options. Anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is April 8th, 2025. It is currently 6:36 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. I my computer might just crash at any moment. So it's giving me a little bit of trouble right now. It's really trying. It's really trying. So if it goes down, I'll be right back. Um, but anywho, thank you all so much for joining me. I really, really do appreciate you, beautiful pearls, being here. This is a case. You try to open your window and people are riding their motorcycles and their four-wheelers and stuff and all that. So, this is a case I knew nothing about until this morning, and Smiley asked me to cover this, so that's why I am here covering this, and it is a really tough one. It's a Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that going by? They're not supposed to be in our neighborhood doing that. So, I don't know what they're doing. Um, Norton, if you have it. Okay, you can't hear it. Okay. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, SL. All right. I'm going to be a Karen in a minute. So, of course, Connie, thank you so much. Yes, irony, I sure do. All right. So, moving right along, what we are talking about is a 13-year-old boy has been murdered by a 43-year-old man, his soccer coach. His soccer coach. And it's just unreal. Unreal. And the crazy thing about it even further is they are asking, just a cute little guy, just really a cute little handsome little guy. They are thinking that this guy, not this is the victim. This is Oscar Omar Hernandez, 13 years old. His life is gone. His life is gone because of some sick, twisted pervert out there. Gone. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate that. We need this to get out. And one of the only ways for that to happen is if you hit the thumbs up. Share it on your social media of your choice, any or all would be very, very grateful. We really need that. And thank you so much. Another round, Tara. Really do appreciate you. And there was another one, but it disappeared. I can't remember. I think it was from Holly. Holly, thank you as well, my dear. All right. So we're going to get into it. Let me show you the sick, twisted person who did this. Here he is. You ready for this? This is 43-year-old Mario Edgardo Garcia Aquino, the soccer coach. This should be a call to action, really, for any parents, grandparents. If you have any kids in your family, please don't trust anybody with your kids. Nobody. Nobody. Remember, nobody will care for your kids like you. Nobody. Thank you, Tina, for sharing that on your Facebook. I really, really do appreciate that. All right. So, a youth soccer coach in California has been charged with unaliving in the death of a 13-year-old boy who was SA'd another teenager as authorities urged anyone else who may have been victimized to come forward. Oscar Omar Hernandez, 13, was reported missing late last month, when he didn't come home after he went to visit his soccer coach in Lancaster, California. LA County District Attorney Nathan Hodgson said Monday at a news conference the boy's mother and father and sister stood beside authorities as they announced murder charges against the coach. The coach, Mario Edgardo Garcia Aquino, 43 years old, who was charged with unaliving with special circumstances. Quote, during the commission or attempted commission of lewd acts with a child, end quote, the DA said in a statement. Garcia has also been charged in separate cases with a felony count of assault with intent to commit lewd acts for an indecent uh, involving a 16-year-old boy in February of 2024. Hodgman said Garcia potentially faces the death penalty or life without the possibility of parole on the murder charges and 6 years in prison for the felony SA charge. In the amendment complaint, Garcia says that the district attorney's office details the murder charge against the soccer coach, as well as two others charged involving another child, a 14-year-old boy. The complaint said Garcia Aquino was charged with felony assault with the intent to commit RAPE, as well as charges of lewd acts upon a child's age 14 or 15, also a felony for the incident that occurred in December of 2022. Let me tell you, people, listen, they cannot be rehabilitated. That is why we have the offender list. They cannot and will not ever be rehabilitated. Never. That's why you check out in your neighborhood who is who, the houses you need to watch for, right? He is a soccer coach. Yep. Very well said, Kelsey. They reoffend in their mind daily if they're not physically doing it. It is something in the mind that is truly sick, truly wrong, truly demented. We're going to watch the press conference. I want to give you guys a trigger warning. You may find this sensitive in nature as it deals with SA, RAPE, and of course, death.
County. Up here with me, we're joined by Los Angeles Police Chief Jim McDonnell, Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna.
I was trying to turn the captions on. Let's see if it'll. Oops. Trying to. There we go.
Also at the podium is FBI Special Agent in Charge Ted Dox, LAPD Assistant Chief Blake Chow, LAPD Deputy Chief Head of Detectives Alan Hamilton. From the District Attorney's Office, we had Head Deputy of Major Crimes Craig Hume, along with Deputy District Attorneys Paul Thompson and Nagin Mostadim. Also with me, directly to my left, are OscarOmarHernandez's sister, Alejandra Hernandez, his mother, Gladys Bautista.
I cannot imagine what this poor family is feeling right now. You send your kid to a coach and they don't come back, they are dead by the hands of someone you entrust with. That's why you can't trust anyone. Thank you so much, my dear Daily 9 months. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, my love. And thank you for gifting a pearl necklace. Beautiful Daily. If you received that pearl necklace, make sure you give Daily a big, big thank you. And thank you so much, Smiley. Thank you for coverage. Please, any cover would be appreciated. Absolutely. This needs covered. It sure does.
And Oscar's father, Oscar Daniel Hernandez. Today, I'm announcing the charge of murder with special circumstances against Mario Edgardo Garcia Aquino, who's 43 years old. Mr. Garcia Aquino murdered 13-year-old Oscar Omar Hernandez on March 28th, 2025. And when I say that charges have been brought, I want to make it clear the charges themselves are not evidence, that a defendant is presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty in a court of law. The charges allege that Mario Edgardo Garcia Aquino, on that date of March 28, 2025, murdered Omar Hernandez in Lancaster. Mr. Garcia Aquino was his soccer coach. And on that day, Omar Hernandez went up to Lancaster to see Mr. Garcia Aquino. 2 days later, he was reported missing. And on April 2nd, 2025, last week, his body was found in Oxnard off a road near Leo Carrillo State Beach. We have also announcing the charges, again, separate charges,
Listen,
against Mr. Garcia Aquino from a February 22nd, 2024 felony of assault with intent to commit a lewd act against a different individual, a 16-year-old young man in Palmdale. Mr. Garcia Aquino faces at least life without the possibility of parole on the murder charge and 6 years in prison with respect to the felony count of assault with intent to commit a lewd act. These cases are tragic, and the Hernandez family, you have our deepest sympathy for a loss that words cannot even begin to describe. Our role, though, is to bring justice to this family and to hold the person responsible for these brutal, heinous, unspeakable, unthinkable acts, hold them accountable, and prosecute and punish them to the full extent of the law. Now, as part of this,
now he faces death, which I think anybody that harms a child should face death, in my opinion. Another realm. Thank you so much, my dear. Come to Kelowna. Am I saying that right? We will tour wineries. I'm making you a product. You never know. You never know. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Does have
this
do
investigation,
they not, Joe?
we are asking that if there are any potential victims of Mr. Garcia Aquino, and they're out there, that we have put his picture out with our press release. And we are asking anyone with information or any victims to come forward to the Los Angeles Police Department's Juvenile Division Abused Child Unit, and they can call 818-374-5415 or the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Special Victims Bureau at 877-710-5273. And if anyone wants to come forward anonymously, They can come forward by phone to the Los Angeles Regional Crime Stoppers Hotline at 800 222 8477. I'd like to now introduce Los Angeles County Sheriff Robert Luna.
Say the death penalty in California now, does that mean just life? Life without parole? You're sentenced to death in prison, so to speak.
uh, to say some words.
Thank you, Mr. Hockman, and good afternoon to everybody. Being up here, presenting this information is never easy, but on behalf of the men and women of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, very sorry for your loss. Lo sentimos mucho de todo lo que pasó. I'm here today specifically seeking additional victims
Listen, very
on a
important.
child sexual abuse case involving 43-year-old Mario Garcia Aquino from the Palmdale area. Garcia Aquino was a youth travel soccer coach with the Hurricane Valley Boys Soccer Club in the Sylmar area, working with.
So he was in a soccer club. It wasn't necessarily a school, I don't think. But again, it's a call to action that we all need. If your kids and just because they don't have any crimes against them in the past doesn't mean that they won't commit a crime. It just means they haven't gotten caught, some of them, right? So, but if your kids go to any, piano lessons, karate, anything, soccer, cricket, anything, get a background check, do a background check on them. Do a background check on them, on whoever is their coach of sorts. Get it done. SL, thank you so much, my dear. You are the OG of OG. 17 months. That is as old as this channel. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Much love to you, my dear SL. And thank you so much, Sonia. We all must band together to protect the children. Yes. Thank you so much, my friend. Really do appreciate you.
Age divisions. He had no reported criminal history. In February of 2024, Garcia Aquino befriended a Sylmar family who allowed their juvenile son to stay with him at his residence in Palmdale. The family subsequently filed a criminal report with the Palmdale Sheriff's Station, alleging sexual abuse of their child. This case was assigned to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Special Victims Bureau, North Team, who is tasked with investigating both physical and sexual abuse of children, including adult felonious sexual assaults. During the investigation, and while working with the Los Angeles County District Attorney's office from the Antelope Valley Courthouse, detectives learned that there was another unrelated child sexual abuse case being handled by the Los Angeles Police Department's Foothill Division involving Garcia Aquino.
Absolutely.
On April 2nd, 2025, the new information from both the Sheriff's Department and
there is no reason for, in my opinion, for a kid to be spending the night with a coach, an adult of any sort, a priest, a pastor, a rabbi, an imam, none like that. Everyone thinks it don't happen to them. Everyone thinks that. Until, God forbid, it does.
The police department cases, the district attorney's office filed one felony count of assault with intent to commit a sexual offense on Mario Garcia Aquino. Based on the nature of the offenses, Special Victims Bureau detectives believe there may be additional victims. Anyone with information regarding this case or who believes that they may have been a victim is urged to contact the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Special Victims Bureau at 877-710-5273, or you can contact any of your local sheriff stations. I just want to make an additional comment to that because we're really urging anybody in the public, once you see the photos of this individual, that if you may have been a victim, please come forward. I know it's not easy. I know it could be either embarrassing, you don't want to tell somebody, but it's very important that we bring justice not only to the family here to my left, but any families that may have been victimized by this. And I want to add an additional comment that if for some reason anybody fears coming forward, even as a youth or a family, because you may be here undocumented, we're not going to ask about that. Please, you need to come forward. We will assist you, whether it's our department, the Los Angeles Police Department, the LA County District Attorney's Office. Any of us are going to wrap our arms around you and make sure that you get the appropriate services, we guide you the right way, and we protect you as well.
I think that's very, very important, right there, and I really respect this sheriff for doing this. Um, you can feel how you feel about undocumented politically or whatever, but if a crime has been committed against them as well, many times most of the time, they will not reach out to law enforcement because they are undocumented themselves. And they don't want to naturally go back. Even if things happen against their kids, they don't report it because of their status here in the United States. So I really do appreciate him doing that because this is not the first time this creep has done this. There is no, you don't just do this overnight and then unalive someone. That's not the way it works. This is something, in my opinion, that this cretin has done for a long time.
Thank you very much.
Now I'd like to call up Los Angeles Police Department Chief Jim McDonald.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, and thank you for your continued attention and coverage on this deeply tragic case. Before I begin, I want to just take a moment to acknowledge the profound loss endured by the family of Oscar Omar Hernandez. On behalf of the Los Angeles Police Department, I extend our deepest condolences. And while no words can lessen their grief, please know that we're fully committed to pursuing justice for their son. I'd also like to extend my appreciation to our partners whose combined efforts led to today's charges. Thank you to the District Attorney, the FBI, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, the Ventura County Sheriff's Department, and the Ventura County Coroner for the help that they provided. I also want to particularly thank LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division and LAPD's Major Crimes Division for the time, patience, and expertise that they dedicated to this case. While we all hoped for a different outcome, their hard work has helped ensure that this dangerous individual is no longer a threat to the public. When this was a missing persons case that RHD picked up and put everything they had into it, brought in Major Crimes and the resources with all of our partners here, left no stone unturned. And so I'm thankful for the collaboration that we see here and the ability we have to be able to mobilize on a case like this that is so tragic, and to be able to get some level of closure. And as Sheriff Luna mentioned, I share the same sentiments. If anybody is a victim out there, please come forward. There are no obstacles, and we will treated as sensitively as it needs to be treated. But justice should be served in this. So I won't go into the details of the case. That's already been talked over here. But any questions you have, I'll kick it back to the district attorney. Thank you all.
So we will now take myself, Sheriff Luna, and Chief McDonald will now take questions. After we're done taking questions, Maria Ramirez, where are you? Over there. For the Spanish media, Maria Ramirez will then give a brief overview of what we've been doing and then takes questions in Spanish as well.
Attorney, before we begin, will the family say anything?
Not at this press conference.
Luz Delia Caballero with CBS KCAL. Question for Sheriff Luna or yourself. Specifically for that assault charge back in February of 2024, did it happen in February of 2024 or was it initially reported in February of 2024?
The date at which it happened, as the charges reflect, is February 22nd, 2024. And that's in Palmdale.
What can you tell us about the circumstances surrounding the arrest? Was there cooperation?
So I'm a little confused. If he has no criminal history, then what was the incident in February 2024? Meaning he just hadn't been charged with it yet or convicted of it? Because he has obviously done this before.
Where did it happen?
The arrest, again, with respect to how the individual was arrested so quickly, in some respects, after the March 28th murder, those investigative techniques will be discussed in the appropriate court when we present the additional evidence that shows that Mr. Garcia Aquino committed this murder, as well as the additional acts of which he's
That is home, though, District Attorney. Where was he arrested? Where was he taken into custody?
I believe it. I'll check if I might with Chief Hamilton.
Good afternoon, Alan Hamilton, Chief of Detectives, LAPD. He was taken into custody.
They did, Hatters,
in
you're
the city
right.
of Los Angeles, and he was then subsequently transferred to the custody of the Sheriff's Department.
Was he at work, Alan?
He was not at work.
When it comes to talking about additional victims, do those additional victims include perhaps missing children who you fear may have met a similar demise?
We don't predetermine who the additional victims of this particular defendant are. By putting his picture out there and having this press conference as well, and hopefully using the tools that you'll be able to use to get our message out far and wide, we are seeking anyone who recognizes this particular individual as someone that victimized them to come forward to law enforcement. Whether, again, they want to come forward anonymously, come forward to any police department or sheriff station, or use the call-in numbers.
But are we looking at potential missing children cases that possibly could be linked to this? Sheriff?
We're looking at everything. And that's why if it's kind of unique for it's the district attorney's press conference, but you see us up here in partnership with LAPD, with the FBI. We're working with every agency, and that's why we're really pleading with the community that if you know anything, you've heard anything, or maybe you think somebody's missing, or loved one's missing, call us. Let us check. Let us check all the information. You have the most amazing detectives from all of our agencies that are capable, very capable, and they'll all be working on it.
I'm just trying to interpret this, Sheriff. Is it that you're confident there are additional victims, or you fear there are additional victims, or both?
I would say both at this time. There's always a fear that there's more victims, and we want to make sure that we account for everybody that's out there.
Hoffman, he was arrested on that earlier sexual assault case, but he wasn't charged. Can you speak to that? To the
If they
difficulty of
had,
it? And also,
you see, if they had charged him a year ago with the crime that they're investigating, this kid might be alive today.
we're talking about the most vulnerable citizens, children who cannot protect themselves. Where is the system failing that this child was not protected?
So he was arrested. When he was arrested, it was actually on the February 2024 charge, because that was the first charge that was brought forward. Today, he was actually charged with the murder charge for March 28th. So again, as far as As far as dealing with the most vulnerable victims, we agree with you.
As soon as he was charged last year, he should have been fired. No ifs, ands, or buts. He should have been fired.
Part of the reason for this press conference is to get the message out to the victims and even their families that if they have been victimized by this particular individual, Mr. Garcia Aquino, to come forward in order to bring justice to not just the Hernandez family, but to every family that has been victimized by this individual.
But if he had been arrested on that earlier alleged offense, he wouldn't have been on the streets, and he certainly would not be working as a coach.
In order to develop the evidence for any particular offense, as we will be providing in court, it doesn't happen overnight. So even though that original offense occurred back in February of 2024, that investigated started approximately within weeks of that particular investigation. But you have to actually go through all the different parts of an investigation before you ever get to an arrest warrant. You know, we want in every single case, we want justice to be as speedy as possible, but we got to get it right. And we have to make sure that at the time we end up charging someone, we have the evidence to prove it. So when we filed and got the arrest warrant on the earlier case, he was actually arrested. And unfortunately, he had committed this case as well.
District Attorney, you said murder with special circumstances. So you've opened up the avenue for the death penalty to pursue that?
So yes, the death penalty is eligible. He is eligible under a murder with special circumstances charge for either life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. We have recently instituted a new death penalty policy in which we will be evaluating whether or not the death penalty is appropriate for this particular case.
Can you talk about Oscar's death? How was he killed? We haven't heard from the coroner's office.
I think I can speak to that. We haven't heard from the coroner's office. At the point at which that information becomes public, we will certainly share it with the public. But we don't have the actual details of how he was killed at this exact moment, nor do we have all the reports that will come in when the coroner produces his or her reports.
Are you able to offer more details as to how you found the body?
Not at this time. There certain investigative techniques were used to both find the body and find the murderer of Omar Hernandez within days. Those investigative techniques and the evidence that came from them will be shared in court at the appropriate time.
The suspect and the victim, both minorities. Does that make your job more difficult because certain people can sort of exist in the shadows? Can you speak to that?
Sheriff, do you want to speak to that one?
Okay, so we're going to move along right here. Very, very unfortunate. I really think if he was charged a year ago, how long does it take a freaking year to investigate something like this? Unacceptable, to say the very, very least. Okay. Full credit goes to KCLA. Link is provided in the description using this under the Fair Use Act of 1976 for news commentary criticism purposes. I'll be adding commentary to this as well. Moving forward, here we go. Gonna add a little music. Maybe not that one. Here we go.
A soccer coach has been charged with killing a teenage boy whose body was found on the side of a road in Oxnard.
And he's accused of crimes against another boy. KCAL's Lori Perez says the sheriff's department fears.
I wonder how long he had been his coach. That's what I really wonder. I wonder how long he'd been the coach.
There could be more victims out there.
When we spoke to Oscar Hernandez's mother this evening, she spoke just barely above a whisper. A mother mourning her 13-year-old son.
Esto es un mensaje para las madres para que no confíen sus hijos con nadie.
This is a message for mothers to trust no one with your children. Moments after the district attorney announced he was charging her son's soccer coach with his murder, Oscar Hernandez's mother said she wants Mario Garcia Aquino to face
La pena máxima. Eso es lo que yo.
Incluso muerte.
Sí.
the maximum penalty, including death. Yes. DA Nathan Hochman said the 13-year-old was killed in Lancaster on March 28th and said his 43-year-old soccer coach did it. Search teams found the boy's body off the side of a road in Oxnard last Wednesday. Hernandez's family says they reported him missing after they lost touch with him when he took a train from Sun Valley to meet the coach in Lancaster, who was then supposed to drive the boy home. The DA said they are not yet clear on how Hernandez was killed, but the charges include a special circumstance of murder during the commission or attempted commission of a lewd act with a child. Hochman recently said he'd allow prosecutors to seek the death penalty, and this could be one of those instances.
We have recently instituted a new death penalty policy in which we will be evaluating whether or not the death penalty is appropriate for this particular case.
LA Sheriff.
A little side note here. I've thought about doing some lives that the only reason I don't do them is because people can get a little heated and either way. But I've thought about doing lives of for instance, very controversial topics. Death penalty versus no death penalty. And there are people that are in both camps. And, I was reading on the death penalty versus no death penalty. And and I've always been pro death penalty for specific crimes. But they really had some very good points on this. So I thought about maybe getting a death penalty expert up and then getting someone who is, anti-death penalty up. If you, I just don't want to people to argue and chat. You know what I mean? I want everyone to be peace and harmony and live. So that's the only reason I've kind of not done it. But yeah, I mean, there are people that, that I think healthy debates are good, but some people get really, really passionate. You know what I mean? And I just don't want people to be like, to call out and be like, well, Jan shared this, or that or whatever. So.
Sheriff revealed they'd actually already been investigating Garcia Aquino for allegations of another child sexual assault from last year. When pressed about the delay in filing charges in that case and whether it could have gotten him off the streets, the DA said,
in every single.
Very, very good point, Kelsey. And you're exactly right. Death penalty is far more expensive than life. And the trials are way more expensive. It is scrutinized. The evidence is scrutinized. You got to have overwhelming evidence generally for a death penalty case. Because there's far more scrutiny what is allowed in court and all of that.
Single case, we want justice to be as speedy as possible, but we got to get it right. And we have to make sure that at the time we end up charging someone, we have the evidence to prove it. So when we filed and got the arrest warrant on the earlier case, he was actually arrested, and unfortunately he had committed this case as well.
In his words, the sheriff says they fear there could be more victims. He's reaching out especially to the migrant community the Hernandez family is a part of.
No matter what your documentation status is, we have a young man that was killed, murdered.
That's part of the debate, Hatters.
That
Absolutely
matters. And it should matter to everyone else out there And that's why we're urging the public, whether we fear of it or we think there's other victims, whatever the circumstances may be, whether you speak the language or you don't, I don't care where you come from, please come forward. Let us know right away.
Garcia Aquino will be arraigned Tuesday. In downtown Los Angeles, I'm Lori Perez, KCAL News.
What do you mean what's going on in Hendersonville, Dean White?
Well, Mike Rogers, I know a lot of people have the same questions we do. Why was this coach not arrested or charged for the alleged 2024 incident sooner?
That's right. And Mike, you've been looking into this. What have you been able to learn about that?
Yeah, so we've been trying to put this timeline together, right? Because we learned that in 2024, February 22nd of 2024, that's when this coach was accused then of assaulting a 16-year-old boy with the intent to sexually assault him. Now, we learned of that actually through court records, because the day that they got the approval for the warrant by a judge and the day they took him into custody was the same day that they found Oscar's body. A year and about a month later, since the family of that 16-year-old accused him of sexually assaulting their child. Today, Sheriff Robert Luna just talked about how that case came to be.
Garcia Aquino befriended a Sylmar family who allowed their juvenile son to stay with him at his residence in Palmdale. The family subsequently filed a criminal report with the Palmdale Sheriff's Station, alleging sexual abuse of their child. During the investigation, detectives learned that there was another unrelated child sexual abuse case being handled by the Los Angeles Police Department.
And tonight we have learned that unrelated
Absolutely.
sexual abuse claim being investigated by the LAPD is actually from 2022. We don't have any circumstances surrounding that one. We're asking the LAPD to share information with us about that investigation. But now we're talking about investigations against the soccer coach in 2022, 2024, and now Oscar's death in 2025. To be clear, before Oscar's death, he had not been arrested or charged with either the 2022 case or the 2024 case. I have asked both the DA's office and the Sheriff's Department about the 2024 case and the delay in a year and a month of not filing that case, only to file it on the day of Oscar's death. So far, they've not gotten back to me on the circumstances surrounding the year-long investigation and the decision to file on the day Oscar died.
And the concern now that there may be more victims out there.
And he was still coaching during all that time.
All the time, yep.
All right.
Mike, thank you.
Oh, crap. Sorry, guys. I was muted. We are definitely going to keep an eye on this case and follow it. And someone said in Virginia they don't have death penalty anymore. A lot of Western countries in general don't have death penalty cases or death penalty at all anymore. And so, you know, America, we're kind of in the middle of, you know, death penalty and not death penalty. It's seems to be we're moving away from death penalty. For teammates and parents of, yes. And this is the thing. I mean, I'm sure that there were others there that, you know, he was messing with, God forbid, but it's craziness. It really is. So we're definitely going to stay on top of this. Smiley, thank you so very much. Let me just show you a picture of this young man taken entirely too soon. Oscar Omar Hernandez, 13 years young, from Sun Valley Middle School in California. There is any other victims out there that this sick bastard, Mario. Let me show you again. Edgardo Garcia Aquano. He was a soccer coach and has had an open case before that they were investigating. If you are out there and you are a victim of this man, doesn't matter from how long ago, go tell someone. It doesn't matter if you are here, you are undocumented or not. They are not concerned about that. They are not going to be concerned about that. The sheriff said that they will wrap their arms around you, protect you, and let's right the wrong as much as we can. Speak up, yes. Not only speak up for yourself, but speak up for the little 13-year-old Oscar who lost his life, was SA'd, thrown on the side of a road like garbage. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Guys, thank you all so much. I will be back here in a little bit. We'll be talking about the Sebastian Rogers case. Got some interesting stuff that we got to talk about. So I will see you guys here in the next, I don't know when it's scheduled for, I think about 35 minutes from now. So make sure you join us in about 35 minutes. Don't want to miss it. I love you guys so much. And justice for little Oscar. Oh, let me just show you this. Let me show you this before I wait. Let me just show you the pain that this motherfucker put this family through.
I don't understand anything. That's what the brother of 13-year-old Oscar Hernandez keeps crying to those trying to console him. The teen's family says his body was found by authorities in Oxnard on Wednesday after they reported him missing on Sunday. It's very painful, says Alejandra Hernandez, Oscar's older sister. A translator helped tell Oscar's story.
He was a really ambitious boy. He didn't have no bad, like he didn't have no enemies. He was a good kid, and he was always telling his mom how he was gonna grow up and like support them and help them out.
Alejandra.
That is what this bastard has put them through. 13 years old. Unbelievable. Really. 1 second. Here we go.
Tells us Oscar's father dropped him off here at this metro station just after 7 p.m. on Friday. Oscar was supposed to take a train up to Lancaster to meet his soccer coach, who he met at Whitsett Park in North Hollywood, where he played soccer in an after-school program.
This is a soccer coach, and he was telling him that he had jerseys, and I guess he could sponsor him with other different jerseys, like that they could.
Oh, well, there we go. There we go. His family is probably struggles. And he said, oh, I can sponsor you with jerseys and all that stuff. My God.
Kind of supply him with for doing soccer. That's kind of the reason why he went.
Alejandra tells us the last time the family spoke with Oscar was later that night. He said the plan was for the coach to drop him off at home the next morning. But the only communication they got from Oscar on Saturday was around 6 p.m. via texts.
Supposedly it was from him, saying that he was to go to a party after or something, like a little festival, like a gathering kind of. And then they told him, no, you don't have permission to do that. Like, come back here. We'll go pick you up at Whitsett Park or something around the area.
Yeah, it looks, I mean, it sounds like, they're a family that struggles, and Oscar was just you know, he had big plans to, be successful and make his family's life better. Bingo, Tina.
And then after he just said, like, I'm gonna be like in the North Hollywood area. Yeah, it's the last thing they heard from him. Those messages, basically. Yeah.
Alejandra says the soccer coach told the family he had dropped Oscar off in Sun Valley between 2 and 3 p.m. on Saturday.
And supposedly he didn't remember where the spot was, so the coach was just kind of giving him a runaround, saying, "Oh, I think I dropped him off here or here."
On Sunday, the Hernandez family reported Oscar missing to the LAPD. Their robbery homicide division took the lead in the search with help from the FBI.
That's a rather busy road right there to drop his remains there. It looks like a busy road.
The LAPD tells us their investigation took them to an area in Oxnard, and after a foot search, they found a body that matched the description of the missing teen. Investigators say the cause of death is still undetermined, and they are actively looking for the person or people responsible. Alejandra says her family is praying for the person responsible for her brother's death to be brought to justice.
So that there is a God out there, and he had there's God watching them. He's watching everything, and
they're always close to a road, Ginger. Almost always close to a road. Almost always. Yep. If they're not on like a private property, they're almost always on a road.
That man had no mercy at all for her brother,
Rachel Kim, KCAL News.
Watch breaking news on YouTube.
There we go. There we have it, y'all. All right, guys. I will see you guys here in just a little bit. Justice for little Oscar. Oscar Omar Hernandez. Taken way too soon. Hopefully this bastard Mario Garcia rots in prison and let God take care of him. All right, guys, I'll see you guys here in a little bit. Thank you all so much for joining me. Much love, everyone. Mwah. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.